Welcome to the Authentically Elisa podcast, Reshaping Business with Integrity, the podcast where we explore how to run your business authentically and with integrity. I'm your host, Elisa Boogaerts, a business coach and launch manager, helping coaches launch their programs and events that align with their business values. Together, we'll uncover the secrets to building a successful business without sacrificing morals, ethics, authenticity, or heart. Let's dive in. All right, let's dive into today's episode. Today, I have an amazing guest with me, Michelle Abraham, who I have known for ages and ages and ages. And Michelle is a soul cartographer, a legacy steward, and podcast visionary. She's an award-winning entrepreneur, intuitive business coach, and founder of the High Vibe Leaders and the Legacy Temple. She launched over 450 podcasts, guiding soul-led leaders to amplify their voice, their visibility, and their vibration. She's the creator of the Nova Method, and Michelle blends soul, science, and sacred technology, AI and DI, to help visionaries align with purpose and live their legacy. Living off grid on Canada's Sunshine Coast, she embodies freedom, frequency, and flow, proving that alignment, not location, creates success. Michelle, I'm so happy to have you on my podcast.
Thanks for having me. And don't age us by telling how long we've known each other for.
Ages, just ages.
Ages.
Yeah. So Michelle and I have known each other since we were teenagers, and we're friends and actually like traveled together. And then our worlds completely diverged and went in entirely different directions. And then not only to find ourselves many years later in the same space, and we've been able to work together, and she's had me as part of her High Vibe Leaders, and now I'm on her High Vibe podcast network, and yeah, our worlds just keep on. I feel like we're sort of like entangled now. It's great. We keep finding little ways to connect, which is, I just love it.
Yeah, we've been each other's clients. It's been great.
Yeah. And Michelle really has helped me as well with my business. She's such an ideas person, which is amazing. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, you could do this, you could do that. And like really sort of helped me on my, especially the beginning of my entrepreneur journey when I felt like I was a little lost duckling. Michelle's been in the entrepreneur journey for a long time and was even a 7-figure entrepreneur as a woman, which is an incredible thing. Doesn't happen to many. So it's hugely successful.
Thank you. Well, and then this is where they need you. I'm the ideas person, but you need someone to actually like implement it. That's why we work together so well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. So tell me about how, because I feel like you've kind of had 2 pivots where you sort of moved away from a company that was yours and then sort of try to figure out where you were. And now you're really embracing this soul aligned and getting more into the spiritual orders. I know you've always been on the spiritual sort of woo side, but you never didn't bring it into your business as much as now you're really doing it. So kind of tell us about that journey and just why you're so passionate about bringing that into your world now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I have to say it has a lot to do with a lot of our podcasting clients because my brother Braden and I started Amplify You like many years ago before podcasting was a household name.
Yeah.
And when we started, I remember we used to go to Hay House, like You Can Do It events, like every, once a year or something. And we'd watch all these like authors from Hay House speaking on stage, like Wayne Dyer and Marianne Williamson, and just really cool, inspirational people. Bruce Lipton. Anyway, so I got inspired by these people. I'm like, oh, I want to have like a Hay House of like podcasting. So like these amazing podcasters on our podcast network. So, funny enough, like one of our first shows that we launched, Marianne Williamson was like her godmother. And then Bruce Lipton has been on another podcast we have. We've actually had some Hay House authors as podcasters. Like it's been really interesting. When you put that out to the universe, they deliver these amazing soul-led leaders, high vibe leaders. And I was just like, whoa, I love working with all these people, like just the coolest people. And I just feel so excited to work with them every day. And like you said, like I like love the business of podcasting, love helping people get their message out there. But I actually had to go full stop on it and walk away, let my brother be CEO and take a far step back because I knew there was something here that kept like nudging me. Like there's something more, there's something else, this high vibe leader thing. Couldn't figure out what that high vibe leader thing was for a long time until I stepped away from Amplify You for a little while. And while I did that, I realized it wasn't the podcasting that I needed to break from. It was how I was operating in my business.
Mm.
So I burnt myself out. I was doing all the things that I should have hired you to do instead of me doing them. uh, the detail-oriented things, that's not my zone of genius.
Depleting,
Doing,
right?
yeah, the admin, the team, like hiring people, all that kind of stuff, managing people, all that stuff's not in my zone of genius. And so I was getting really stressed out, really burnt out from it. But when I took a step back, started diving into more of just getting myself re-educated, and I took some courses in NLP training and hypnotherapy and timeline therapy and helping people do breakthroughs. And I started seeing these results. These people had these breakthroughs. It was amazing. They came with this like limiting beliefs or limiting decisions, like I'm not good enough or I can't do this, which is a lot of the things we would see in our podcasters as they were launching. So
Mm.
it really made me think like, okay, so people have this voice, they want to get there in the world. They have all these limiting beliefs and these limiting decisions that are preventing them from doing it. In fact, it took me 4 years to launch my own show because I didn't know, I was analysis paralysis, worried about, having it all right, or making this podcast that was going to last forever, or just the time commitment and getting committed to one particular idea
Yeah.
for a show. Being an ideas person, that was really hard. Realize that, oh, this is the same thing that all of our podcasters are experiencing now. And so when we can go back and do some of that, like clearing of the timeline and all the limiting beliefs and limiting decisions, then their voice can open up and we can activate the higher frequency voice that's meant to share the message and is maybe sometimes even a totally different message than they originally thought was going to be. Once we align these pieces and we dive into the Akashic records a little bit, we find that alignment piece, and then we launch shows and help them amplify that voice. And then the soul cartography piece is the next step. How do you then design your business from that alignment piece? And so there's some technology with AI and divine intelligence that I've kind of created that help people kind of get in that alignment. So long story short, it kind of came full circle back. And the missing piece was actually community, for me too, community and connection. And when I approached people about podcasting, it was, why have you not launched your show yet? Well, they didn't want to do it alone. They want to do it in a community. So that's why High Five Leaders was clunky, because it was trying to be something that it wasn't meant to be. It's meant to be a podcast network and a community and connection. And so we came kind of full circle back to podcasting, but in a new way that I can operate within that business that I love.
Oh yeah, I love that. And you're such a connector. You're like, I know you, it blows my mind how you like can remember people's names and who they met and like what they do. And like, you can always describe people. And so you have this amazing like Rolodex in your mind. And I've always been
I
so
can thank my
impressed
mom
by
for
it.
that. She does that too.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you're such an amazing connector and bring community together, which I absolutely love, and met so many amazing people through you. And I was just actually talking about to Cheryl with that when I was on her show, it's like, oh, I'm so glad. Like, I don't think her and I would have ever connected otherwise if it hadn't been through you. So, and I got to be
Cool.
on her podcast. So that was pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so yeah, so now that you're in this place, how can you sort of remain like authentic in your business, and kind of what does that mean for you running your business now authentically, and staying true to that so that you don't go back to the way it was when you had to step away?
Yeah, that's a great question. Some of the technology pieces that I kind of did was some custom GPTs will help you like figure out like your human design, your numerology, your, like when you came into this world, you had specific coordinates, and figuring out what those were for me was really helpful, because then I'm like, oh, there's a reason why I can't do anything in my business before I respond to an email, because that's the human design in me. That's hard for me to do anything when I have something to respond to. And or
Oh.
the, oh, that's that, oh, that's why that's happening. Or I know the world is in a universal 9 right now, and I'm in a universal 9. This year's all been all about completion. And when you start knowing these universal things and bring it back into your life and into your business, and like operating from your own rhythm and your own seasons. Like I take the last week of the month off now. My calendar is only booked on certain days where I have, and it's only booked at certain times where my energy is. When you start building your business from that piece of alignment, I now know what my divine assignment is here. I kind of like, it just gives you that reassurance and in that confidence in what you're doing to operate from that place. Then like everything is in flow and so much easier when you're doing it that way. Before it was like hard and pushing and grinding, and oh, that's what our parents told us to do. You gotta work hard for your money, right? Like, oh, that limiting belief. Once I got rid of that, I can't tell you the first time I ever had timeline therapy done to me. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it was like the dishwasher was going, the TV was on, the vacuum cleaner was going, the kids were running around, and it all stopped. And it was like my whole nervous system went. And like when I saw that, I felt that in my own life, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do this for other people because I can see all their programs running around, stopping them from launching podcasts, stopping them from making the money that they want, stopping them from scaling their business because they don't believe they're good enough to have a 7-figure business, or they're not good enough to operate in this world the way they're meant to, and they just self-sabotage. And it's like,
Yeah.
I can see so much of that I used to do, and now I'm like super excited to help people like get through that a lot faster.
Nice, nice. Yeah. And you also, so when you left that and you were trying to figure it out, and then once you did and you were aligned and you launched your first program, wasn't it like a difference like from 1 year's revenue to the next year's revenue? Like it was like this immediate
Yeah.
change.
So yeah, absolutely. When we first did like I had a co-working space, a little bit ahead of its time there. In a space that like, there was the first co-working space outside of the downtown Vancouver area. And it was in the suburbs. And we opened up and everyone's like, what the heck's a co-working space? Why do you need them? And while I was there, I was babysitting an empty space for a long, many months. I got to start a digital marketing agency because that's what I was really good at. It was like helping people with websites and funnels and all that kind of thing.
Mm.
And then podcasting became one of those things we were helping people with. And then I was like, well, we do all these things for people, but like we do them all okay. Which one am I most excited about? Let's just pick one of these things, shut everything else down. And that was like, we were at like 6 figures, like low 6 figures, or just barely 6 figures in our digital marketing stuff. When we closed absolutely everything down, so we like turned away like 80% of our clients, we stopped working with them. We only picked podcasting and thought we're going to get really good at this one thing. And it was still not really well known yet. This is like 2013. So
Mm.
podcasting wasn't really a thing yet, but I'm like, it's on my iPhone, it's on my TV, it's like everywhere. Even though I asked my mom friends what they listen to, nobody knows what a podcast is, but I see this is going somewhere. Thank God it
Yeah.
did.
And Michelle has this amazing ability to like see things before they happen, like the co-working space right now. That's huge now. Where it
Now
wasn't
there's
back
like
then.
7 in the same location we were in. And I was like, we were just 10 years too early.
Yeah.
So once we focus on that one thing though, in a matter of, and during COVID, in a matter of 18 months, we went from low 6 figures to over 7 figures. So it
Wow.
was just that power
Incredible.
of focus
Yes,
and
yes.
alignment.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
And the alignment
Um,
piece in that one was like, I didn't really love websites. I really love funnels. Didn't really love this, but this podcasting thing was really interesting to me. And I really was excited about it. So that was the one piece that was easy and felt fun. My motto's always been fun. Like
mm.
as you know, we backpacked through Australia together.
Yes.
My motto in my 20s, which has carried on through my whole life, is I want to get paid to play and have fun.
Exactly, exactly. And I love how that alignment and that excitement, still like, even though you took a step back, has come back full
Mhm.
circle and had the same effect, right? Because once like this year, when you kind of decided to realign with podcasting, again, your business jumped, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, in a matter of 4 days, there was about 10 people I talked to who I talked about podcasting to for years, but they just never launched. Once I had this idea, like, oh, the missing piece is connection and community. It needs to be a network, high vibe leaders, podcast network. That's what I like doing, talking about. And I like the community piece. 10 people said yes in a matter of 3 days. As soon as I made that shift in my mind, like, wow, but I needed that time to refocus and go internally because I was guilty of listening to everything everyone else told me I should be doing in my business. I should be launching like this. Have a webinar like this. I should use this CRM. I should do this. I should do that. And it all felt clunky and it didn't feel right. And like when it was not working for me. I felt like something was wrong, and it wasn't me. It was just that was not aligned with the way I operate. So once I know the way I operate, like my human design and my astrology and like my rhythms, now I can choose, okay, webinars. Yes. How does webinars work for me that still make it work? Not how that person said it works, but can I make them work for me? Yes or no? And using more of that body energy and that intuition of yes or no to things has been very helpful.
I love that. I love that you said that. It's funny because, and I wonder if I've just been doing this without realizing it. But when I work with a client, like every launch is different, and they're all like, it all becomes custom. And so I always do custom plans and custom quotes. And we go through like, I go through sort of my plan, and it's just like a series of questions that I ask them, because I want to know that, like, what is actually authentically aligned to you? How do you want to launch this? Like, do you, like, and I just completely, I don't tell them what to do in any way. And sometimes if they don't know the answer, then I'll be like, okay, well, hey, here are like 5 different things that I see in the industry. Or
Mhm.
just a client now, she's kind of new and she's launching, and I was like, oh, you have this lead magnet. It's good to do nurture after you send some emails and things like that. And she's like, oh, okay, tell me about that. And I was like, well, I'm like, this is what I do. And I was like, but I'm not a business coach, so I don't want to tell you what to do. I suggest you ask your business coach. And also, and then she's like, oh, well, can you give me some information? And so I looked back at the courses that I had done, and I just sent her a bunch of like documents that I had sort of received. And all of them were different. It was like 5 different courses, and they all told you how to do your nurture differently. So I was like, here's some information
Which one
and you
resonates
decide
with
for
you?
yourself. Yeah.
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 You can muscle test that or body
Yeah.
pendulum that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like what, so like I can't choose that for you. But yeah, but I wonder if in terms of asking that questions, it's always been about what's in alignment for you. I just haven't really phrased it that way.
Yeah. And like look at all the people you work with. I think you could probably turn that up a notch in your business too. And then that sets you apart from everyone else that you're doing. Like I was afraid, as you mentioned, like I was always into like spirituality and woo and stuff, but it was always like through our clients. I was like, ooh, I'm learning this through our clients. They're like, but as soon as I turned up that notch, all of a sudden it was like and someone just said this in a podcast interview, is like there's lots of podcast companies out there. Well, now there is. When we started there wasn't, but now there is. And so now how do we differentiate ourselves as we're scaling? And how we're differentiating ourselves is that now we're only working with high vibe leaders. High vibe leaders are our target audience. You're not a high vibe leader, you're not going to resonate with finding out what your voice frequency is before you launch a podcast, or looking at your human design before you launch a podcast. That's going to freak you out. And so you're
Yeah,
not a client, which is totally fine. So now I
totally
can
fine.
leave that flag and be totally happy with that, because it actually is helping me in business instead of hindering it at all. To never would have,
Mhm.
but
Right.
comfortable with it.
Yeah. 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 And it's funny how you can't, when you do sort of like niche down like that, how like doors open or people just
Yeah,
become more aligned with you, right? It's like, oh yeah, like
exactly.
I'd love that.
You're like, if you had said that 6 months ago when we first started talking, I totally would have been in then. I was like, okay, okay, lesson learned, lesson learned. Got it, got it,
Yeah.
got it. The more unique you can be. There is nobody that's talking about podcasting and spirituality together, which
Right.
is
Yeah,
why I
exactly.
do the divine intelligence and that and not just AI, but like technology. Like I think that's really one of my core gifts, is like secret technology. Like how can we make our technology more spiritual?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
Authenticity,
interesting to explore. Very
alignment,
interesting.
right?
Totally alignment. And so when you were like scaling back then and even now, how can you sort of remain in integrity when you were doing that? Or how do you think you can remain in integrity now with your business? As like you probably will get to 7 figures again, I'm sure. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, get get with somebody that is gonna unblock all those things that are holding you back subconsciously that you don't even know that are there. I think that's the biggest thing, is have that person on your team that can do breakthroughs with you, clear that subconscious blocks, because you don't even know what's holding you back until you're right up against it. And even then you might not even know what it is, but
Mm.
it's like you're so close to, what's that? There's a quote that's like, you're always like 1 inch away from success, always, when people give up or quit, right? So
Yeah.
as you're scaling, having someone on your team that can help you with the mindset, with the not just conscious coaching, but like unconscious mind work, is really powerful. And then keeping in alignment, like, check, do I like this? Do I not like this? Why am I doing this if I don't like this? What dollar does this task have? Like, outsource it, get rid of it. Don't do it if it's draining you. I mean, I've done this in 3 different businesses where I've grown a big team of people to realize that, like, that stresses me out. So actually, I can be a lot more profitable if I have a smaller team, more efficient team, and maybe have subcontractors instead of employees, or whatever that is to you. As you're scaling, just always keep checking back in with you. Do I like this still? Do I like this still?
Yeah.
It's like, I heard someone say in a relationship coaching setting, they have a 5-year lease with their marriage. Every 5 years, they check in. Do they still like each other? They still want to renew this lease? Yes, let's just keep going, right? You can have that check in with a yearly check in with your business and yourself.
Yes.
You don't need to
Yes.
burn it all down. You just need to
No.
realign in just a few things. I
Yeah,
thought I had to burn
exactly.
it all down.
Yeah, and what's the saying, like another level, another devil,
Yeah,
right? So even as you scale, like you're gonna come up with new blocks that you didn't know you had, right? And like things that like you may
exactly.
think that you're doing well, right? And all of a sudden things are rolling and you're scaling and you're making revenue and it's amazing. And then all of a sudden, poof, like you'll hit another block and it's like, okay, what's going on now? Like how, like what is it? Is it that I still like what I'm doing, or is it something else I never even, I didn't even know was a thing? Or sometimes I even noticed that with me, with switching like about money, from the difference from corporate to being an entrepreneur, and like my viewpoint of money from that, and like didn't
Oh, yeah.
realize these blockers of things that came up from my childhood that were never a thing when I was in corporate all of a sudden became a thing when I was an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. I was like, what?
Security versus unsecurity. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that for sure.
Yeah. And I also think, like, when something blocks, the faster things keep blocking up for you, that's great, because like you can learn that lesson, check, okay, your unconscious mind, then done, move on. Then you can keep getting those blocks and you keep moving forward. If you get stuck on one, then you need some help in getting it sorted. But once you start sorting them and understanding that everything's happening for you, it's happening for you. So what's, like this, so, you know, I had a call today that I was supposed to be on for 2 hours. This new friend of mine, we were gonna, do each other a service on each other online. It was gonna be super fun. We planned it like 2 weeks ago. It was in our calendar. For some reason, this morning, it was not in my calendar, but I had 4 other calls booked there. And I had, brought on a whole bunch of new clients this morning, but at the same time, her and I were supposed to, where did that calendar booking go? It was there, but it's like, okay, that technology glitch happened for me. So open the door for that, because now when her and I talk again, it's different conversation because of one of those calls. I now have a new collaboration idea for her and I to do. So see, everything's happening for you. So instead of being in the moment of it, like being a disaster, looking forward to, when it's resolved, and it's resolved for a reason, then sometimes you will never know what the reason is, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's happening for you.
Yeah, yeah, they always like the one thing that you can always think of is like in every situation, every circumstance, you can try and find the gift in it. I think there's
Yeah.
always a gift in everything. And so sometimes it is that teaching point, right? Like
Mhm.
sometimes it's like, okay, well, what am I going to learn from this? Or is the gift that, okay, this freed up time for these different things. And now I have this idea, right? Like you never kind of know where it's going to go, but there seems to be a gift in everything. And so it's kind of fun to take some time to think about that in all the different circumstances and things that change. And really being open to that. And then, yeah, being like grateful and happy for that gift and being like,
Totally.
awesome. Yeah.
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 And so in some of the training that I've just done recently, they call it Victim Island and Solution City. Are you stuck on Victim Island, or have you gotten over to Solution City? Yeah. I
Yeah,
see that it's a gift.
right.
Although,
Exactly.
I mean, you and I have a shared story of a friend of ours that passed away and was killed by a train, like really, like we were really young. We were,
Just at high school.
just out of high school, right?
Hmm.
And that changed the trajectory of like what I went to do for the next 10, 15 years. Because I saw like how fast you could like lose someone so quickly at such a young age, right? So, however horrific that was, it was also a gift for me, because then I was able to do some things, and I'm sure it was a gift for all of us in some way or another. Um,
Hmm.
but it just, it changed. I probably would have ended up in an unhappy corporate position had I not had that experience and be like, holy shit, like you don't know how long you have here. Like, let's make the most of this life.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And for me, her death and then my own father died like 2 months later. And so, yeah, so I think I didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, Link, because I always thought about my dad is what had motivated my dad's death is what had motivated me to like live life to the fullest. But I think you're right. I think that
You had
also
like
our friend
double.
dying was, yeah, it was a double because it was like, boy, it can happen because he was 46, but it can happen at 46 or it could happen at 19. Like, whoa.
So crazy, right?
So
Even with
crazy.
my own dad passing away last year, it's like that renewed that, like, you don't know how long, he's 68 and, you know,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you, Dad. Thanks, Dad, and dads and friends for sharing that.
yeah,
Those
exactly.
lessons with us here.
Yeah, and I feel the same that like, so much of my life changed and there's so many amazing things I got to do because of that, for sure.
Mhm.
And then brought me back to you. Look at
Yay!
that.
I love it. Well, I'm so cool. It's so cool that we can do business together and life together.
I think so too. Yeah, yeah, I absolutely love it. And I'm so glad that that has happened for us.
Yeah, and we're so excited to have your show on our High Five Podcast Network, which is awesome. So make sure you're
Yes.
listening to this show, come and check it out over on the High Vibe Podcast Network too.
Yeah, yeah. Where can they find that? What's the website?
Highvibepodcastnetwork.com. And there's all sorts of awesome shows over there, like Elisa's and many others, and all about raising your vibe and helping you live a more happier, healthier, wealthier life through high vibe living, healing, and leading.
And yours is on there too, right?
Yeah, well, actually, my new show is not on there yet, but I have a show on there that we did an interview on that's interviewing all the hosts on the show. So it's called High Vibe Leaders in Action Behind the Mic, getting to hear the stories of all the different podcasters and what inspired them to launch their show on the network. So really excited about that show too.
Yeah, yeah. Check it out. So if you want to learn more about the people that are there, you can listen to that and then go check out their podcast too.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
And if anybody wants to, learn more about you and what you offer and maybe working with you, where can they find you online?
Oh, yeah. So you can go to highvibeleaders.com/session, book a call with me, check out some of the things that we're doing. We have retreats and all sorts of cool things that we're up to. That's on highvibeleaders.com/adventures. But yeah, head over to High Vibe Leaders. There's lots of cool things over there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And to finish us off, do you have any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, I'll give your listeners a link to our soul frequency assessment, which they can
Oh.
do anytime. You can put it in the show notes. And what that does is just really helps you kind of get a glimpse of what your soul frequency is and how you can start operating from that authentic place and start scaling your business in a way that feels aligned, feels authentic, feels easy, you're in flow. Like, it's great. It's amazing to be able to come from that place. So I know you guys all know you have a message to get out there, and scaling it and scaling your message and scaling your business doesn't have to be as hard as everyone says, especially when you come from that aligned place. So thank you, Lisa, for having me today. It's been helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. And like you're saying, yeah, that how you were saying it's really good to have someone in your corner to help you unblock all that stuff. And I know that you, yeah, do that with people and that can really help them scale and even to get their podcast out. And maybe that can be like a catapult to, scaling their business and having the amazing success that they want. And one of my other coaches always talks about that we're all like, we have like addictive minds that we're addicted to certain things. And
Yeah.
so
We do too.
sometimes if you're on the, what was it, victim island,
Island, yeah.
you can get dopamine hits from being the victim and the reaction that you get when you're in victim mode. People be like, oh, they give you sympathy or whatever, as an example. And so if we can get ourselves to be addicted to the city, what was it called again? Which city?
Solution
Yeah,
City.
Solution City. And even to being in that high vibe place and get addicted to that and being in that amazing place. And then that's kind of how yeah, if we're in sort of the right place, more soul aligned, become addicted to that, because then that will really raise your frequency and you become that high vibe leader. And who knows where it will take
Yeah,
you.
that soul aligned operating system is very powerful.
That's for sure. Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it inspired you to live a more authentic life. I'd love your help in inspiring more people to live authentically. So please follow, rate, and leave a review so we can create a ripple effect of authenticity. Until next time, stay true to you, be bold, and thrive on your own terms. This is Elisa, signing off authentically.